Well, on the issue of the NEET, JEE, and other competitive exams which have been due earlier but had to be postponed and is to be now commenced on Monday. The climate has not changed, which originally caused the postponement. In fact, in some ways, it's got worse because corona incidents have risen uh, much more, and now it's heading towards the 3 million mark. And in one particular day, we have had more cases than any other country in the world, including the United States. So, consequently, I would say that the circumstances have not changed, and therefore, I don't see how you can decide to have an examination when in these circumstances. For example, the exam centers are far away from people. They take Bombay, city of Bombay, where a lot of complaints have come to me. People living in Kalyan and Thane will have to go to into the city, and sometimes you have to travel 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers. There's no public transportation. All the trains, people have got used to the trains that Bombay people use every morning to go to work and come back in the evening to the suburbs. So, therefore, when there is no public, travel provisions, how do you expect middle class, lower middle class, poor students to make it? And then what happens if they go to a crowded examination center, come back with the corona infection, and then give it to their old parents or their grandparents, who are much more susceptible to mortality from corona than the younger generation. So this is third. Third thing is that people have operated under very adverse circumstances, such as the floods in Assam and so many others, Orissa and so on. And how do you expect them to reach? And are the local people ready for it? I have talked to many of the local people. They say we have got only makeshift arrangements, and in these circumstances, they are going to carry their pens, papers, etc. And what happens if it rains on the way? What happens if they don't have a waterproof bag to carry all this? There so much tension now that already 20 people have committed suicide. And if this crucial life make or break exam, they are not able to perform, their entire career is ruined, and even that tension will lead to a lot of people who will have committed suicide. There will be almost an epidemic of suicides of young people. I mean, it will be a ghastly shame. What is the big thing? I mean, put it after November, because I think now towards the end of this month, the peak for coronavirus incidents will be reached, and therefore I should expect by end of October that the whole thing will be in a much less, and most of the normal life would have been restored. So, all right, then put it in November. I don't see what the difficulty is, because already the term which was to start in July couldn't start. So, 6 months, if there is a war tomorrow, you have to anyway close down these schools. These are extraordinary circumstances for which the government must show flexibility. And I am surprised why this flexibility has not been shown. What did the Supreme Court say? They haven't put any ban on you. The Supreme Court said this is a policy decision of the government. The government can take whatever decision it wants. We'll stand by it. And so tomorrow the government decides to change, the Supreme Court is not going to say contempt of court. There is no order saying no, you have to hold the exam of the Supreme Court. This is a false propagation that is being done, and there is a lobby. I know that lobby, which I don't want to name just now because I need more proof. But I do know this much that there, I mean, I'm convinced that there's a lobby which is because a very high functionary of the government told me I'm under heavy pressure from this lobby. So I'm so grateful that you have come. Please see that you write a letter to the Prime Minister, which I've written. I've written a very strong letter to the Prime Minister telling him of these consequences. So I think there has been a meeting in the Education Ministry today, and I'm hoping that a favorable decision for the students will be taken so that they can, you know, have a better better period for studying, because the after Corona everything was disrupted. Even studying with a peace of mind was difficult for students, and I think I strongly recommend, as I recommended to my letter to the Prime Minister, that you know, in the balance of conveniences, it should be postponed, and I'm expecting it will be postponed.